up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. Today's video, we got another pass or yes. If you are new here, this is my will I buy it style of video where I go through all of the newest luxury beauty releases out on the market and I let you know, is it going to be a pass for me or is it going to be a huge yes? So if you want to sit down, chill with me, grab a cup of coffee, grab a glass of wine, grab a cup of tea, and let's get into it. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sophia and this is my channel that focuses on all things beauty and luxury. Every single week I upload new content on new beauty releases. I do reviews, I do luxury fashion and handbags, and a little bit of luxury lifestyle as well. So if you love that luxury lifestyle, then you're in the right place, my friend. Hit that subscribe button to join our fam because we have a lot of fun on this channel. And you can also click that notification bell to hear about every time I upload a new video. I know a lot of you guys love this series, so help a girl out and give me a big thumbs up. I would very much appreciate that. Some of the products I'm going to be talking about today might already be available, and if they are, I will be linking them in that description box down below along with anything that is on my face today. Okay, party people, let's get into it. I'm scooching over here so that I can insert photos of all of the things that we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be on my phone here looking at Instagram. I will link all of the beauty news Instagram accounts that I follow in the description box down below. These are the accounts that I follow for like new releases, sneak peeks. If you guys are into luxury beauty, if you're into those kinds of things, highly recommend that you check them out and give them a follow. So let's get into the first release because this one is the one that I think is going to be the most tempting for most of you, and that is from Chantecaille. This is the Chantecaille Spring 2023 collection. Ooh, I know, flowers for spring, groundbreaking. Let's dive into what is a part of this collection. You guys know I'm pretty much a fan of Chantecaille. It just kind of depends on the product, but their products are very expensive. So first off, we have the Wild Meadows Quad. That is going to be the eyeshadow palette. I think they call it a quartet, very fancy, and that's going to retail for $78. And then we have two blushers. These are the Wild Meadows blushers. These retail for $75 and they come in these shades Anemone and Apple Blossom. It looks like they have one that's going to be a lighter soft pink and another one that's going to be a rosier, deeper type of pink flush. And then finally, we have three of their lip cheeks, which retail for $52 in the shades Meadow, Crocus, and Carpathia. I have a lot of thoughts about this collection. I actually have skipped the past couple Chantecaille collections. And for this, friends, this whole collection is also going to be a pass for me. Hear me out, hear me out. I'm going to explain why. Might be a little bit controversial, but hear me out here. Let's start off with the packaging. When I look at this collection as a whole, when I look at this beautiful image, my mind is like, ooh, so pretty, spring flowers. It does look very lovely and it's not bad, but I don't know if anybody else sees this. This packaging reminds me of like those super cheesy, tacky, inspirational posters that you see in like a guidance counselor's office. You guys know about the ones I'm talking about. It'll be like teamwork and it's a bunch of like people rowing a boat on a river. It'll be like leadership and it's just like a bald eagle on a cliff. There's a lot of like nature-y things that they put in those posters. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Either that or maybe like a Mother's Day Hallmark card. It's very flower of the month calendar. I know, I feel like I'm being super cruel here, but this packaging just doesn't really speak to me. Also, the Chantecaille packaging, it's a little bit plasticky. It's nothing specifically to write home about. I do like the packaging of the lip cheeks. That feels super luxe, but when it comes to like their blushes and the eyeshadows, etc., the packaging, it's just okay. I do think that the embossing that is on these two blushes is very beautiful. I think a lot of people are really gonna like that. I actually think that the blushes are probably the nicest thing that are in this collection. But let me also go to my next point, which are the colors that are featured here. If you take a look at the blushes specifically, they just remind me of every other kind of blush that I have in my collection. I know that these are very tempting and they do look very beautiful. I have no doubt that the quality of these products is going to be really good. But for instance, the lighter pink blush, it just reminds me of my Divine Rose blush from Pat McGrath. She also has Nymphette. She also has Flirtatious. She also has Cherish. Actually, the deeper blush here reminds me of Cherish from Pat McGrath. I have all of the Pat McGrath blush shades, and I bet a lot of you guys have a pink blush already. They're not really like going out of the box here with the blushes. When we look at the eyeshadow palette, granted, this isn't really a good photo because this kind of just looks like maybe a 3D rendering of the eyeshadow palette, not actual swatches. The eyeshadow palette is very, very uninspiring. I think that most of us have these colors in our collection already. There's nothing about this that calls to me. We already talked about the Chanel Spring collection in my last pass or yes. Those colors I felt were a little bit more interesting. If you're kind of going in between trying to decide what to pick up, I would probably recommend picking that up, or at least wait for reviews of this collection. I feel like a lot of us, we rush out to buy these collections when they're like really not going anywhere. Just wait for the review. The lip cheeks as well, they just did 3 shades of pink. There's no differentiation between these shades. Like everything is just super soft pink. If you're on a low buy or a no buy and this is tempting you, really just look at the shades, and I think that you will have no problem resisting this collection. And I know I'm kind of like poo-pooing this collection. I don't want to be too negative here, friends. I do think that in general, this is a really pretty collection, and I think Chantecaille is doing a good job sort of delivering something that their customer is going to want. Imagine yourself, if you're the average Chantecaille customer, maybe you don't have tons of makeup in your collection, but you love luxury beauty. You're walking through Saks Fifth Avenue, you see this collection. This is gonna probably stand out amongst a lot of the other things that you're going to see at the different makeup counters. The colors will speak to that customer. They're going to be very wearable. They're gonna be really beautiful for spring. So for that, like, good job, Chantecaille. I don't think it's like a bad collection. I just think for me, in my category of being like a luxury makeup enthusiast and collector, I look at this and I think, meh, kind of been there, done that, don't need it, it's a pass. Next. All right, friends, here's a release that actually is turning my head. This is the Spring Summer Lipstick collection from Hermes. We have 3 lipsticks that are a part of this collection, and the shades look very beautiful. First up, we have 06 Coral Parasol, so that's gonna be like a light, soft coral. Then we have number 22 Brun Yachting, which looks like a brown. And then we have number 10, which is Beige Croisette. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And that one looks like maybe a brown with a little bit of red or like a little bit of pink mixed in. I think that these look stunning. It's funny because with the Hermes limited edition lipstick packaging, I find that half of you are all about it and the other half of you don't want anything to do with it and you think it looks very tacky. I actually think that this looks really cute. I think these look really beautiful and cheerful. It's definitely more of like a summer vibe. By the way, I don't know when this is going to be launching. It just says like coming soon, so maybe this will launch in the next couple weeks, maybe this will launch in the next couple months, I don't know, but it very much gives me those summer vibes that I so desperately want right now in the middle of January living in New England. It has kind of like that beach towel, parasol kind of feel, and the colors are really turning my head. I have 3 lipsticks from Hermes. I have a beautiful bright pink, I have an orange red, and I have an orange shade. So I don't have any kind of brownie tones from Hermes, which a lot of you guys are saying, thank goodness, something a little bit more of like a nude or a brown, etc. from Hermes Beauty. And I wholeheartedly agree. I feel like a lot of the lipsticks that they've come out with the past couple of seasons have been more like reds or purples or plums, etc. I did resist those because I already have 3 lipsticks from Hermes, but I think that this is going to be a YASS for me. I definitely need to see swatches. I think at the very least, I'm going to be picking up one. The 3 lipsticks that I'm kind of looking at right now are the new Chanel Rouge Allure Velvets, these, and then the Isamaya ones from her recent collection, of which I have one, but I really liked it and I might pick up more. And I think across those 3, I'm gonna buy 0 from Chanel and instead focus on their spring collection. Maybe I'll get one in store once I swatch them, but I'm not gonna like buy them online without seeing what they look like. I think I'm gonna buy probably 1 from Hermes, and then I might buy 1 more from Isamaya Beauty. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, friends. Comment down below and let me know, what do you think of these colors from Hermes? I don't know if I'll do a review. If I see swatches and they're beautiful, I might buy all 3. But right now, I'm really trying to use the lipsticks that I have. As you can see by this Gucci one that I'm wearing today, I put the shade down below. I'm trying to wear more of the lipsticks that I have. So I think I'm gonna do kind of like a lipstick declutter, see what I have, and that'll kind of drive my decision on how many of these I get, because I don't need more lipsticks, friends. But for now, this is a yes. I think it's a really beautiful release from Hermes Beauty. We talked a lot about Dior in the last episode of Pass or Yes, but they do have one release here that I either missed, didn't get a chance to talk about. This is a new blush. I think that this, I don't know, is this a part of their spring collection? I'm really not sure. This is the Dior New Rouge blush in the number 468. I don't know. I don't think this is available in the US. I think that this is first coming to Japan. I just wanted to show this to you guys. It does look like a very beautiful blush. I think that this was supposed to be a part of the Mitza collection. It's very confusing. Comment down below if you guys know anything about this. There's not a lot of information about this, but I did want to share this in today's episode. If this comes to Dior US, I think this is going to be a pass, and for similar reasons to what I said about the Chantecaille collection. Like, when I look at this, it just kind of reminds me of Nymphette from Pat McGrath, maybe a pinkier version of Desert Orchid. What else does this remind me of? Maybe something from M Cosmetics. It does look very beautiful. I actually don't have any blushes from Dior, but if I was to get a blush, I don't think that this would be it, because I think that this is just too similar to things that are in my collection. I do really like the embossing on it. I think that looks absolutely stunning. It kind of reminds me of one of their Dior book totes. I'm a big fan of Dior bags and fashion in general, so I like it when they kind of infuse the makeup with inspiration from the fashion. But I really don't know what collection this is a part of. I don't know why it's not being marketed alongside the rest of the collection, but for now, for me, friends, it is a pass. Next up, we have a new spring collection from Givenchy. Givenchy is another brand that I told you guys in my beauty resolutions for this year. I'm kind of interested in checking out what they have. I don't really have much from this brand. So a part of their spring collection, we have the Prisme Libre Skin Caring Concealer. So we have a concealer, and then we also have some skin caring correctors. In addition to that, we also have like some fun spring color cosmetics. So we have the Rouge Intermedi Balm in 3 beautiful spring colors. And then we also have one of the Prisme Libre powders in the shade number 12 Rose Souffle. Ooh, this looks like a really beautiful release. Let's start off with the concealers and the color correctors. Right off the bat, friends, this is a pass for me. I asked you guys this on my Instagram the other day. I said, do you all use color correctors? And it was kind of a mix. Like, most of you said no. Some of you guys said yes. Some of you guys said sometimes. I just never end up using these. And there's a very good explanation for that, and it is because I'm lazy. I don't want another step in my routine. I rather just use something that's more of like a light reflecting concealer in my under eyes. I'm wearing the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer today. That's the kind of concealer that I'm talking about. I do think that these are great for people that have maybe very stubborn hyperpigmentation, something like that, and a concealer just isn't enough. I'm sure that these are going to be really good, but they're just not really the type of product for me. And then the concealer as well. You guys tell me, does Givenchy Beauty make really good concealers? I already have quite a few concealers. Again, I'm going to be doing a declutter pretty soon and showing you guys the products that I'm getting rid of, but I'm really happy with the concealers that I have right now. I don't need to be buying any more, so I'm really not going to be tempted by that. Now, the things that if I were to get something that are tempting me are these lipsticks and maybe the powder. Let's start off with the lip products. The thing that really calls me is the packaging. Oh my gosh, like when I first saw this image on Trendmood, I didn't really think anything of it. And then when I swiped, I was like, the packaging is so pretty. It looks like a gorgeous mosaic Italian floor. It looks so pretty. I wonder if that is textured, like if it feels like a little mini mosaic floor. It just looks extremely luxurious, but I don't see any, oh, there are swatches. There are swatches here. The swatches are very unimpressive. It just looks like any other type of lip balm. If they had some colors that were maybe more like orangey or brown or something different than I already have, my head might be turned. I also really like the embossing that is on the bullet. But I think for now, friends, like I was saying, I have a couple other lipsticks that I'm considering. So I think this is going to be a pass. Now the Prisme Libre powder, unfortunately, friends, I think this whole collection is going to be a pass because I have 2 of the blushes. I really like them. I think they're very beautiful, but I don't reach for them all that much because it's loose powder. I don't reach for loose powder all that much in general. If they were to release this in a pressed version, I think I would be all about it, because I actually do kind of like sort of finishing powders, almost like a Guerlain Meteorites, almost like a Hourglass powder, those types of things I'm kind of into, to add a little bit more radiance to my skin at the end, or maybe just put on the cheeks. But when it's in this loose powder version, I just never reach for it. So I'm going to keep my eye out for maybe the pressed powder version of this. I know that they did release some. I saw some when I was in Paris this past summer. They had like the pressed powder versions of these types of powders. But I think right now, friends, for this spring release, it's probably all going to be a pass, unless I'm sort of out shopping, I see these lipsticks, maybe I try them on and they're super beautiful, because all of the categories that they're releasing here are just things that are really not at the top of my list and that I really don't need. We have a new fragrance release from Mr. Tom Ford. This is Tom Ford Cherry Smoke. Ooh, doesn't this look delicious? This looks so yummy. Just the image, I don't know. Comment down below if you agree. I think that this looks so yummy. I am a big fan of Tom Ford fragrances. I probably have about, I want to say maybe 7 Tom Ford fragrances at the moment. I tend to like the ones that have more of like those fall and wintry types of scents. His fragrances can be quite strong. I do like the original cherry fragrance that Tom Ford has in his line, but I think it's a little bit too sweet, just a little bit too much of like that syrupy note for me to have it as a fragrance that is in my collection. I appreciate it, but it's not necessarily for me. In this release, in addition to the Lost Cherry perfume, they also have Electric Cherry, which it says is playful, and it says it's floral and fruity, Morello Cherry, Jasmine, Sambac, Absolute, and then another note called Ambritolide. Sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciations of these. And then we also have Cherry Smoke, which says addictive, and it says woody, fruity, dark cherry flavor, osmanthus, absolute, and cypriol. I don't know what some of those are, but Cherry Smoke is the one that I'm interested in. This is like a maybe, friends. I'm not gonna say it's a yes because I haven't smelled it, but the Cherry Smoke sounds like it's gonna be up my alley. I like more like deeper, seductive scents. I don't like anything too fruity, too syrupy, too gourmand and sweet. And so it looks like out of the 3, the Cherry Smoke is going to be what I would go for. So I'm absolutely going to be smelling this if this comes in store, if I can get a sample of it, something like that. I think I will be all about this. Comment down below, did you order any of these? Because it does say that these are available now. This also looks like something that maybe I'll pick up in the next Sephora sale, get a little bit of a discount. I just picked up Bois Moroccan in the last Sephora sale, and then I also recently bought a new Byredo fragrance that I love. So I don't really need a new fragrance right now, but this is something that's like turning my head that I'm going to keep my eye on. We have a cheeky little sneak peek here from Kosas. This is going to be their new baked blushes. Blush is Life, it's called. And it says a clean, silly smooth, I think they meant to say silky smooth powder, blush baked with skincare actives in dimensional color duos. Moisturizes, balances, it has squalane, it has hyaluronic acid, it has passion fruit leaf extract. All right, friends, this is a pass. This is a pass, and let me tell you why you do not need these blushes, because I have no doubt that these are going to be super hyped up. You're all going to be tempted. Some of you are going to be tempted, but I'm going to explain to you why you don't need these blushes. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be salty here, but let me explain myself. Number 1, remember when the bronzers in this formula, the baked bronzers, came out? Everybody went wild for them. Everybody did reviews of those bronzers. Who talks about those bronzers now? Who puts them in like their favorite makeup ever, top favorites videos? On a desert island can only keep one bronzer video? Nobody does. In fact, I feel like a lot of people, after they actually used that bronzer for a while, they realized that they didn't like it all that much, and a lot of people had a hard time kind of picking up the formula with their brush. I got that bronzer when I first got it. I kind of liked the glowiness of it, but I will say I think that it expired very, very quickly, and it's probably because it's kind of like the clean beauty. There's probably not as many preservatives in it. I felt like it dried out very quickly. The other thing that I want to mention is that the packaging here is very bulky. I can't buy these things anymore because they just don't really fit in my vanity. If you're somebody that's trying to like narrow down your collection, buying this kind of product with this kind of packaging packaging is really not your best option. It's very bulky. In addition, I don't see the colors here, but this color doesn't look super groundbreaking. If you have a lot of blushes in your collection, I don't think that these are going to be something like groundbreaking and special. I think if you have, let's say, the Hourglass blushes or one of their holiday palettes or one of their past holiday palettes, it's probably going to be a very similar formula, and this is going to be pretty redundant. The last thing that I want to say, I just don't really understand why you need skincare in blushes. I don't want blushes to dry my skin out for sure, but like, why do I need my blush to plump my skin or moisturize and balance my skin or smooth my skin? Like, I don't want it to emphasize my pores or fine lines or anything, but I just don't get the whole skincare in your powder products. It just seems very silly to me. I feel like if you were to put a bunch of skincare in a product and then you were to bake it in an oven, it's probably like not there anymore. No, comment down below, friends. I'm not trying to poo-poo like the clean aspect of this or anything. I'm just looking for a really good blush that looks good on the cheeks, doesn't dry my skin out, is effortless to use, is beautiful, etc. So I feel like, I don't know, these will probably be nice, but do you need them? There's just so many aspects to this that just say no, you don't, or at least I don't. Comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts, but that's just the kind of stuff that's going through my head. These say coming soon, so I don't know when they're going to be launching, but I do know that I'm not going to get caught up in the hype of these blushes. We have a new release from Nars. This is the Air Matte Ultra Lip Tint, a comfortable matte lip color in a gel-like formula. Smooth, soft focus matte finish that feels light as air. It says it's long-wearing, transfer-resistant color, perfects your lips for up to 8 hours. It comes in 6 shades of pink. This is a pass. I feel like I'm being very salty today. This is a pass because I'm just not interested in any of these colors. Like, what? The two middle lip colors look exactly the same to me, and then like the top one and the bottom one look exactly the same to me. I'm just scratching my head. I'm scratching my head. I already purchased the beautiful new pink Guerlain lipstick. I know it's a satin formula, but I already picked that up. So there's really no reason for me to be buying, for example, the Chantecaille lip cheeks, and there's really no reason for me to be purchasing this. I am very interested in the formula. I think if they came out with other shades, I would check it out. I'm curious, did they come out with other shades? Did I already talk about this? Like, are these just new shades for something that already launched? Because on Tread Mood, it says that these are new. So I'm very, very confused. Comment down below if you guys have this formula already. I think liquid lipsticks in general, they're coming back. They went away for a while. Now people are reformulating liquid lipsticks so that they're a little bit more comfortable. But this release just seems so boring to me. And I felt the same way in my last episode when I was talking about their eyeshadow palette and their blush. I thought that those looked really beautiful, and I think that they'll probably sell really well. I do appreciate those. But this I'm kind of like, Nars, come on. You could have released a couple more colors. This wasn't a part of the Orgasm collection. We did not need 6 shades of pink. I can't get on board with this. So I'm sorry, friends. This is going to be a pass for me. And then the last product I'm going to talk about today is kind of just for fun. This is from our favorite brand, Tarte. This is the Tarte Sweet Tarte Cravings eyeshadow palette. And this retails for $32. It is like a yummy box of chocolates, 9 everyday neutral warm taupe and bronze shades in matte and shimmer finishes. This is a pass for me because I don't need this and I don't want this, but I will say, I think that this is super cute. A lot of people were poo-pooing this collection, and I know it's Tarte. They always do these things like this, but for the season, for like the Valentine's season, and just for the average consumer that's kind of shopping in Sephora, etc., I think that this is so adorable. I love chocolate. Chocolate was my first word as a baby. Yes, that is not a lie. I love chocolates. I love me a little box of Godiva. And I just looked at this and I was like, it's kind of tacky and it's very kitschy, but it's also super cute. If you swipe over and you look at the shades just kind of laid out in a list, the shades, the colors are absolutely beautiful. It kind of reminds me of maybe like a slightly more affordable Viseart Mink Set palette. That's one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes in my collection. It is very basic, but I don't know, I just wanted to show it in this episode. Comment down below if you are into this. And when I go to my local Sephora, when you go to the section that says best-selling palettes, it's all of those like neutral, plain, very average Tarte palettes, like the Tartlet, what are they called? Tartlet Toasted, Tartlet in Bloom, etc. All those super basic palettes that a lot of us are like, whatever, they sell really well. So I thought this was super cute. I hope it smells like chocolate. It doesn't say that it does, but I'll be very disappointed if this doesn't smell like chocolate. I look forward to just kind of spotting this in Sephora next time I go in store. All right, friends, those are all the new releases that I have to talk about today. Now it is your turn. This video is meant to be kind of like a discussion, a conversation starter. Sound off in those comments down below. I want to hear from you. What do you think of these releases? Have you picked up any of the things that have been available so far? What are you excited for? What are you not buying? What is not turning your head, or what are you resisting? I would love to know all of your thoughts down in those comments section down below. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I would very much appreciate that. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys want to hang out again and talk about more upcoming releases. There is more coming that I'm not allowed to show you guys because it's only been kind of stealthily sneak peek. Things from Dior, things from Chanel, things from Hermes. So please subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I will put my handle up here. That is when I let you all know when these products become available, when they come back in stock, when they go on sale. It's the best place to connect with me kind of on the reg if you want to ask me questions or just connect with me. So definitely head on over to Instagram and follow me over there. And with that, friends, I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.